Today we are going to do some messages from your lost loved ones. Remember that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I really hope you guys do enjoy this reading. We are also doing one question on donation basis, or you can do 2 questions for 10/10. Thank you guys so much for whatever ways you support this channel, whether it be through donating, through purchasing, through liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps on my other videos, checking out my other channel and doing the same things. I really appreciate everything that you guys do to support me in my work. Thank you for that. And I hope you guys enjoy this reading. So let's get started with this reading today. We have a gift of value comes to you now. Don't let appearances deceive you. Listen to your intuition. Thought you knew it all. Still more left to learn. So there is something that happened recently. And, you know, there's actually been quite a few people that have really questioned why I'm still around a certain person. And it's because this person is like on that island of misfits more than anybody else, for one thing. But also, they are just very hurt and they need a lot of love in their life at this moment. A couple years ago, my younger brother had contacted me. And my younger brother had always been like the happy-go-lucky person. He's the class clown. He's the one that's always making everybody laugh, always trying to lift everybody up, so positive and joyful, and all those kinds of things. When he called me, he was so upset. And the thing that finally triggered it all and brought it all falling down, he was feeding a cat at work at the warehouse that he worked in at the mines. And he came to work one night, and one of the guys there had killed the cat he was feeding. Intentionally. And he's like, you know, if I had a button I could push right now that would kill every adult on this planet, I would do it. Because not one of those fuckers deserves to live. None of us, not even me. We don't deserve to live. But maybe if we just left the kids here by themselves, they could create a planet worth living on. Like somehow the kids are innocent, because, you know, most people think that. Hi, Sanch. Nice to see you. And so he was just really upset, and he was kind of suicidal too. He was really feeling pretty bad at that moment in time. And I started crying after I got off the phone call, and I was praying, and I was asking, I was like, you know, I take care of everybody else's brothers. I take care of everybody else's sisters. I spend my time with a lot of people who are in this same feeling and going through the same things. All I'm really asking for right at this moment in time is that somebody could be there for my brother in the same way. This last week when that person was at my house, holy shit, did he look like my brother for a minute there. It's like his face almost morphed into my brother. There's been once or twice where something like that has happened before, like when I'm watching this movie, All We Had. It's on YouTube free. So there's this movie, All We Had, and the mom and the daughter were, and all of a sudden the daughter's face turned into my daughter's face. Because the whole time it was like she was talking to me, and I was like, that sounds just like me. And then she looked at the screen, and it was Beja. And that's what she said to me. So, remember that those people that come into your life, whether it may look like something of value from the outside or upon first glance, sometimes it can be the most valuable connections that there is. What are those connections? Of things going on in their life, but that doesn't mean you have to change who you are. Sometimes we do anyway. Sometimes we fall out of our own vibrations because of the actions of others. And sometimes we learn from that and we decide to get back into our vibrations. My dad's been yelling at me for a while about it, reminding me that you gotta dig a little deeper That song. Good song. Right now I can't think of the other lyrics of it though. Anyway, thought you knew it all, still more left to learn. After this opening message, Sanch, I will definitely respond to that question as well. You could be learning new forms of art or new forms of doing things. You may even be learning how to work with technology better at this time. I'm going to try to get this camera just a bit more clean really quick because it's bothering me. Sorry, guys. I hope that helped. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're getting right now. That's a lot better. Okay. There could be something to do with a drawing pad as well, or a tablet. Somebody might actually gift you something that you wouldn't normally use or that you didn't really want. But it could be something that is connected to your hobbies or your gifts or your abilities in some way, but it may be something new that you weren't necessarily looking forward to getting into. And right now is not the time to look a gift horse in the face. It is time to be very grateful for what you got and to maybe try to learn something new. And maybe even if that means asking those that you've been teaching for a long time to teach you something new. So it may be time to swallow your pride in some way as well. This is a cat thing. It's a cat-like creature. It has hooves. Not really sure exactly what it is, but you might be getting very creative at this time, breaking out of your box, breaking out of your shell, or you're being asked to do that. Which way now? So you are being given a lot of options, and this may not seem like a blessing at first because it may cause you a little bit of confusion, or it may cause you to question exactly what you're supposed to be doing or where you're supposed to be going. You may be very confused in some way. And so at first it may not seem like the best blessing in the world, but it's going to help you to get more in touch with your intuition and your discernment as well. And it's also going to allow you to dive deeper into things instead of looking at things from the surface level. Trying to buy someone is the biggest red flag for me anymore, or even thinking that I could be bought. Don't sell yourself short. You could do it on your own if you had to. Hard? Yes. Worth it? Worth every second of misery. So, there could be somebody as well that may be trying to buy you in some sort of way. But remember that even though buying something for somebody can be a way to show your love, that's not the only thing involved in love. And if somebody is wanting to have more of a connection with you, then they need to connect more with you in more ways than just purchasing things. And also, you may be changing some of your perspectives on that as well. You may have been a little bit harsh or overly critical in the past of people trying to do nice things for you. Maybe because you have dealt with situations where people have taken advantage of you or used you or treated you badly. You might have even been through some financial abuse for some of you as well. Ooh. Right now could be a very emotional time, but you could be a little bit detached from those emotions. And at this time, you're being detached from those emotions for a reason. So if you're feeling guilty in any way for being a little bit detached, don't be feeling that way, because this is helping you to remain stronger. It's helping you to remain more firmly grounded, more rooted. It's helping you to be more stable, and it's helping you to be more in your own energy instead of diving so deeply into other people's energies that you lose yourself. It may to keep yourself from overly giving in situations as well, where people are not giving back to you quite as much. Live life to the fullest. Trust. 44. Current actions are creating a stable foundation. Remember to celebrate life and all the small victories. So at this current time, You are definitely being asked to celebrate your successes, to really enjoy life. Every time I'm doing a lost loved one message, this song ends up coming out. So there's definitely somebody who watches every one of these readings. I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu, and I loved deeper, and I swore to keep her, and I took those chances that I've been denying. Someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. Ooh. And when you get the chance to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Oh. So, it's time to dance. It's time to celebrate. It's time to enjoy life. And it is time to not worry so much about the decisions you have to make, and they have to be made today. Instead, just allow things to flow and unfold naturally, and be okay with the fact that you don't know everything right this minute. That you don't have it all figured out right in this moment. Because that's okay. There's an ambulance going down the street right now. Ooh. Been a little bit worried about some of the people around me lately. I do a lot of that. That's why that detachment energy that's been so abundant lately has been nice. So also remember as well that when it comes to passions getting ignited and anger coming out to play, one of the best weapons we have against that is love, vulnerability, compassion, understanding, kindness, care, open authenticity of our sadness, our pain, and our hurt. Because buried underneath that anger, that's what usually lies at the core. And when you dump that water on that situation, it can put that fire out, or it can like tamp it down a little bit, you know? And that's even when it comes to like any kind of passions, getting a little extra fiery. Somebody may even be telling you to remember your heart before your body, or remember your heart before the actions that you take in anger or in lust or anything like that. Remember your heart first. It's time to really look at clearly where you come from and what your roots are, especially when it comes to your passions or your past, or who you are as a person, what went into creating that person, who your parents were, or whoever it was that raised you and was around you prominently as a child. None of them were perfect, but they were doing the best that they could. So try not to villainify them, but also try not to place them on a pedestal either. Remember that each of us has our own flaws, and each of us has our own wisdom, experience, good things about us. Cycles, overindulgences, addictions. Also remember that, you know what? When it comes to things like that, nothing is bad in moderation. But anything can be bad the moment we decide that we need it and we let it control us and take over our lives. So it may be time to look at some of the things that you're doing, or some of the experiences you're having, in a different light. Let yourself live and have some fucking fun without having to put a restriction on everything in your life. What's the point of being alive if you're not going to eat a cheeseburger once in a while? Or if you're not going to go have an ice cream sundae once in a while? If you're not going to go get fucked up with your friends once in a while? There's not much point in living. Damn it. Fucking stupid piece of shit.